right, so you want to be close to everything. Close to a downtown Greenville, close to downtown TR. You want to be walkable, have the small town living. Here's the deal. So many people, so many of you look at this area and then you completely miss the best neighborhoods that I think are flying under the radar here. And I'm going to show those to you today. So let's go for a drive. Hi.
Hello.
If you haven't noticed, I have somebody different with me. This is Jack.
Hi.
We're starting out actually in Trailblazer Park in Travelers Rest.
And this is also where they hold the farmer's market.
Hold on, I'm gonna go do a loop-de-loop again. But like in this area right over here, usually it's full of tents. And you can kind of see the amphitheater down over there where they hold concerts and movies and yoga.
It's a great spot for the community to just gather.
Here we go. So one of the cool things about this area is really how walkable it is. I think everybody knows the Swamp Rabbit Trail runs through Travelers Rest, but until they're actually here, they don't realize just how close they are. Swamp Rabbit Trail is actually back behind us, like that way, but we're going to go drive one of the best hidden gems in Travelers Rest because half the neighborhood is Travelers Rest. The other half of the neighborhood is actually Greenville. Fun story, I used to live in this neighborhood.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Was this your first home that you bought in the area?
This was my second, actually.
What's the name of this neighborhood?
So it has 5 different names.
Okay.
So we're in the Watson Crossing part of the neighborhood now. Older style neighborhood, you know, older style houses. This is fun. This house needed that front porch.
Oh, did it not have that originally?
Didn't have
Oh,
that front
the
porch
one you're
originally.
right there, of course.
Yeah, it was not a great curb appeal. And then now we're in Grayson Point. So, because you've got the newer houses here, these were built by SK. SK is actually no longer a builder in Greenville. You can so easily walk to Trailblazer Park from here or have a golf cart, but like, of course it has an HOA. I know not all of you like HOAs. HOAs here are really different than other places. We've got a bunch of viewers, we'll just say from like New Jersey and Florida, and y'all's HOAs are nuts. It's like monthly, crazy expensive. Now we're in the woods at Northcliffe.
You can totally tell because all the styles changed.
Everything just changed. I've sold a couple of these houses too. This neighborhood though, I think the HOA is like $600 a month, a year, not a month, sorry, $600 a year. And Grayson Point doesn't have access to the pool, but Northcliffe and Woods at Northcliffe automatically have access to the amenities in this neighborhood. But Poplar Forest and Watson Crossing were the first part of the neighborhood that we drove through. They can just buy in to the neighborhood HOA. They don't have to be a part of it. But if they want access to the pool that I'm gonna go drive us by really fast, then you just say, yes, I wanna do that. And I go, cool, you're part of our HOA. This neighborhood, we're in Northcliffe now. See, no longer the woods at Northcliffe, now we're in Northcliffe.
Now we're in Northcliffe.
And you can tell like differences in build.
Yeah, what would you say like age-wise?
So these homes are approaching 20 to 30 years old actually. There's been a lot of updating of these homes. When you walk into these, they are all day early 2000s. And thankfully, some of them have had really good updates done to them. But I will say, like, there's quite a few of them that are still original. Ooh, look, the pool. Doobie-doo.
Big old playground too.
Yeah. So this neighborhood has a whole thing with their Facebook group. They want a nice neighborhood. They keep the pool really nice. There are swim teams that will come and swim over here. Tennis, pickleball. You can tell that they've actually taken the tennis court and the smaller nets are for pickleball. This is like the quintessential, like, great neighborhood that so many people want to be a part of, because in here, you've got the established homes. You can be a first-time home buyer in this neighborhood. You can be a move-up buyer. You need a bigger house for all of the family that's gonna live with you. Or you can just have a big house because you like big house.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of variety.
So much. This is probably, I think, the oldest part of the neighborhood that we're driving through right here. But there's a lot of brick facade, like front facades. These homes on the left actually have basements. Almost all of them do.
Oh yeah, because they're kind of built on a hill.
Yeah, this is a huge neighborhood. I think it's about, I've measured it out, it's about 2 miles from one side to the other side.
Wow.
And it's nice because there's sidewalks. You know, there's always people out walking, running, and these homes hold their value because, hey, look, a house for sale. This house has actually been on the sale for sale since before I put a house on the market and sold it in this neighborhood.
So they need to reach out to you.
They need to reach out to me because I know this neighborhood really, really well. So we just got done with Northcliff. I think y'all are sleeping on this neighborhood. One, because of how close it is to downtown TR. And I think we could be in downtown Greenville in 15, 20 minutes from here. Homes that were built, say 20, 30 years ago, were just built for a different way of life. There weren't as many people that worked from home, so you don't have home offices. A lot of people that live in those homes use a bedroom for an office. At the same time too, there's the newer part of the neighborhood, and a lot of those houses actually have home offices. They have bonus rooms. When you're looking at the new construction versus the resale, or the homes that have been there forever, that's one thing to take into account. Now, I will say, you've got homes that can be as low as 350, but homes that can be as much as like 700. There's even a house or two in there that in the newer section that has sold upwards of $750,000. And they're a little bit older, but location, location, location. Don't forget, we run a real estate team and we want to be your choice whenever you are relocating here to the area to help you buy or sell a house. So reach out to the team because that's what we do. So this is Highway 25. This can get a lot of traffic, but there's also a fair amount of accidents that happen on this road. And the whole reason there's a light that we just turned at is because people fly down Highway 25. It's ridiculous. Highway 25 will take you all the way up to Asheville, basically. So it goes straight through Travelers Rest. We've got Furman over here on my left, and there's the golf course. So if you golf, here you go. I'm actually gonna take you the back way into another neighborhood that I think is quite often not even looked at because it has a Greenville address instead of a Travelers Rest address, and we're only 7 minutes from downtown TR. These are definitely like 30 to 50-year-old homes. I've watched these homes get updated. I've watched them. This home didn't used to have a front porch at all. You have like the occasional mid-century modern. This type of neighborhood is just one of those that, like, I'm headed to a certain neighborhood right now, but these little pockets, a lot of people won't even take a look at this area because it says Greenville. If it had a Travelers Rest address, you could add $50,000 to $100,000 to these houses. So anyways, the neighborhood that we are headed to right now, a couple different builders have built in the neighborhood over the course of time, just like the last neighborhood. Now, this entire neighborhood is, in fact, it's called Carilion. I think it's cool. You've got my friend over here who owns horses and is not part of Carilion, but she lives over here and the horses are awesome. Don't feed them. However, Carilion is one of those communities that I think they started building in the late 90s, early 2000s as well. But they built this style of home with like the hardy board siding, Cape Cod, like just very up-to-date houses. But these houses, the big thing here is there is no yard at all. In this neighborhood, there's a bunch of different builders, and there's a couple different neighbors who they've lived here since the very beginning. They get mad at me whenever I'm also talking in their Facebook group because I actually have a house with my name on it in this neighborhood. My parents live here. But like this part of the neighborhood was built by Sable Homes, and Sable Homes was bought by a different builder, so they don't even exist anymore.
Who are the type of people that are moving into this neighborhood?
That's a very good question. So the type of people that are moving here to this neighborhood are move-up buyers, retirement buyers. I think you might find a few first-time home buyers in here. This is a pretty strict HOA. I will give you that. They've got a lot of thoughts on making sure your porch looks right. And see, this is a great sign, people walking. But did they wave?
They did.
See, that's the southern.
Everybody waves here.
That's the southern thing. You have to wave. It's just, you're not polite. Southerners, for the most part, are polite.
Except when they're driving.
Except when they're driving, then it's NASCAR. Okay, this is my favorite part of the neighborhood coming up here. It's the green space and the community pool. So if you look to the right, you have all this green space.
So cool. Oh man, that is
so
huge.
Pretty. And then over here to the left, you've got a really nice swimming pool. Hey, look, house for sale. Somebody should come buy this. Lisa Jackson is a realtor. We should go help her sell those houses. You should reach out to the team so that we can take you to go see them. Okay, so price point of this neighborhood, I would say it's higher than the average for Greenville. I think the lowest price point house in here you can find is like $450, but I've seen houses upwards of $700 to $800 in this neighborhood. So even for some of the larger homes, location is everything when it comes to this neighborhood. There's a lot of neighborhoods, residential areas over here just outside of Travelers Rest that I think you should be looking at. And a lot of people don't. There are houses for sale over here. You just have to know where to look. Definitely you should reach out to our team because this is what we do. And we know about these areas. We can tell you all the great things because obviously we like to sell houses, but at the same time, I can tell you about the not so great things and maybe some of the drawbacks of the neighborhoods. So because they are either in Travelers Rest or so close to Travelers Rest, there are a lot of people that want to live over here and the prices are a little bit higher. For example, I live what I would call deep Travelers Rest, almost Marietta. And it's a little bit more of a drive for some people to come out and visit with me. And I get it, it's okay. These neighborhoods that are close by, you may not have the parking space. Your driveway is going to be shorter. It's going to be in a neighborhood that has an HOA. There's just not many neighborhoods over here that don't have an HOA. Also, you're further away from your Costco, your Sam's Club, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods. You're going to have to go into Greenville for that. You may not be able to have some like to go to the movie theater, you're gonna have to go down to Easley or into Greenville. You're also just gonna have to deal with Highway 25 right here. There's not much that you can get away from being in the Highway 25 area. Like the area we're in right now is actually considered Berea, but you're not gonna have a Berea address, you're gonna have a Greenville address. The nice thing is you're not gonna end up with city taxes, but you do end up with county taxes. The neighborhood we're driving into right now is a no HOA neighborhood. I know, but this is an older neighborhood where you've got brick ranches. You have a few newer houses, yes. Like this is the type of neighborhood I think more people actually want. There's no sidewalks, there's no amenities, but look, most everybody takes care of their yards. They have taken care and updated their houses. I'm gonna tell you, these houses, they sell for somewhere between $300,000 to $400,000 in this neighborhood. No HOA. Yeah, I mean, here's a perfect example. There's a school bus in a driveway.
They're refurbishing it. They're
Yeah.
turning it into like a
Camper.
a camper. That's so cool.
Like, that's a neighborhood with no HOA. So if you're okay with that, then you can end up in a this is a great neighborhood, but like, look at this house. Like, you've got trash outside.
You do kind of run the risk of that happening
Yes.
if you don't have an HOA.
And these homes are older. So if you've noticed, like, they don't have garages. Some of them do, some of them don't, but it's more carports, single level brick ranches. But then like, you have the random lot with like 2 brand new houses on it.
Yeah, it is kind of a free-for-all in here.
Yeah, very much.
I will say something that's cool about the brick ranches is that you can buy them and customize them because they're bones. The bones of the houses are
You
so
want
great.
to know some a fun tidbit of information?
Absolutely.
This house behind you was my very first house.
No.
I painted that door and the numbers on it.
Oh, that's so cool. That was your first house.
That's my first house.
Oh my goodness.
All the kids. Oh my word. Anyways,
Oh, I'll be getting emotional.
my first house. This was my first neighborhood, and I love it. The no HOA is great because everybody here takes care of themselves, takes care of each other, updates their houses, etc. But I just felt like this was a great little, like, to show you what an HOA, like a non-HOA neighborhood looked like, and know that they do exist in areas close to what everybody's looking for.
But now, see, it's starting to like get nicer.
Everything's growing up. You've got great neighborhoods. This street, like straight ahead, that's Paris Mountain.
Oh, wow.
Hey, look, my listing.
Is that really yours?
That's fine.
Oh my goodness.
Yay! So this is just a great example of helping you find the neighborhoods that you don't even know exist. You're gonna find fun neighborhoods, you're gonna find HOA neighborhoods, you're gonna find non-HOA neighborhoods. So reach out to the team, hope this helps. Go watch another driving video because learning the area is cool.